Okay.
Oh, little tiny mailboxes. That's very charming.
Oliver gave it to me for Christmas.
Ovillier. O'Toole? The postal man.
Yeah.
Oliver is our boss. He and Shane should be here any minute now.
Ah, yes, the beautiful Shane. I remember them. Such a beautiful couple.
Well, actually, they're not a couple.
Well, what do we truly know of love, Normando?
Well, that's...
No. Voila.
Oh, wow. I have never seen anyone tie a tie the way you just tied that tie.
Of course not. Now, if you will please excuse me. Normando, a pleasure.
He's weird.
I think it's too late to teach Jason English.
But not too late to teach him something. Jason?
So, what's so important about what's in this box anyway?
Oh, we don't know, but someone considered it important enough to keep it safe and hide the key.
Not important enough to pay the rent on the box.
Everything that passes through the U.S. postal system is important to someone.
It's just some stranger. So what?
If one is called to be a street sweeper, then one must sweep streets, even as Michelangelo painted or Beethoven composed music.
Hey! Hey!
Oh my goodness. Jason, well done.
Fantastic.
Miss McInerney, would you like to do the honors?
You know, sometimes they actually come up empty.
Well, no diamonds for Rita.
What are they?
Letters. No envelopes, no return addresses, just a whole bunch of letters. It'll take us a while to read through all of these. Probably 2 to 3 hours. Probably.
January 2nd, '08. Dear friend, may I call you Catherine? Happy New Year, although it's difficult to imagine a new year that could ever surpass my happiest New Year's. I must confess something about that night. I had no intention of walking from the exquisite silence of the snow-covered Central Park all the way down to the rollicking festivities of 42nd Street. But surely something led me there to you. In fact, Providence itself has made something of a believer of me, because nothing less than a miracle could have directed my eyes to your eyes or my lips to your lips at that moment when that beautiful ball dropped at midnight and everything old became new once again. Although they were not the first lips I have ever kissed, until we meet again, they will be the last. I hope you will write to me. Things move so quickly in the world these days, and I'm a great believer in the power of a letter to remind us of what lasts. Yours sincerely, Jonathan from New York.
Wow. A letter writer who picks up women in Times Square.
A romantic who befriended a lady lost in the crowd.
February 4th, '08. Dear Jonathan, how long it's been since I received a letter. A real letter. And never one like this. This has already been a year of firsts for me. My first trip to New York, my first date with a stranger, and yes, it's true, my first kiss.
Well,
I know it's hard to believe at my age, but I have never been considered a great beauty. And I guess I've always behaved as if I believed it to be true. That night, standing in the cold, surrounded by 1,000 happy strangers, I felt free and fresh, and perhaps it was at that moment that you saw me feeling beautiful. And then you walked up and made it so. We live so far apart, the day we meet again may not come, but I shall never forget the hours we spent walking up Fifth Avenue, sipping tea at the plaza, and riding the carriage in the park, dancing under the stars, kissing goodbye. I hope you will write again and tell me more of your life. Thank you for walking into mine. Yours sincerely, Catherine.
Jason, what do we have so far?
New York, Times Square, New Year's Eve '08, the Plaza, Central Park, somebody named Providence, and an ugly chick named Catherine.
She's not ugly, she's beautiful.
How do you know?
She's beautiful to Jonathan.
Yeah, the guy who couldn't get a date on New Year's Eve.
Yes, well, he certainly seems like a gentleman to me. Someone I wouldn't mind taking to lunch someday.
Lunch. I'm so hungry. Go. I usually take my nap after lunch too, so yeah.
It's a good idea.
Any sign of them?
No. I think I see Oliver's car parked over there by the bank.
Oh, no. They're about to start the program.
Very atypical.
Oh, Oliver's more reliable than a...
And a mule delivering mail bags to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Will our pageant contestants kindly take their places on the stage?
Go ahead. I'll keep an eye out for them and I'll watch your purse.
Okay, thank you.
Dear Catherine, as I sit here at my desk in the Flatiron Building, I look out the window and realize that all that mankind can build with steel and glass and stone can never compare to a life built on a foundation of love for another and faith in something greater than oneself. You spoke of those things as the sun came up on New Year's Day. And even if we can't keep dancing, I would like to keep that conversation going. Write to me, yours, Jonathan.
March 17th, '08. Dear Jonathan, I don't believe in coincidence or fate. I believe our lives have purpose and meaning. I believe it is no accident that we met, or even that we both work in triangular buildings. Yes, I have taken a job at the beautiful Brown Palace Hotel. It is Denver's elegant three-cornered landmark and reminds me that two of anything is always stronger with a third. A cord of three strands is never broken. A building of three corners can withstand the winds, and two hearts joined by a greater one can withstand anything. Yours, Catherine.
Dear Catherine, I told you that I keep an office in the Flatiron Building, but I neglected the details for fear it might seem trivial to you, a lady of letters and books. I am a journalist, a sports writer who travels around writing about baseball.
Baseball? I would have.
To many, baseball is just a game played by overgrown boys, but in that game, I see the best and sometimes the worst of our country and its men.
Dearest Jonathan, I attended my first baseball game last night. Wow. I sat behind home base and tried to see what you see, but the truth is, all I could imagine was you sitting next to me, making jokes and singing along with the band.
And I'm every day inspired by the everyday heroes who take up bat and ball and swing for the stars. Perhaps someday I will know the joy of standing with you as we cheer on the Tigers or the Cardinals or my beloved Red Sox. Until then, I must imagine you beside me, inspiring in me new ways to write of courage and triumph, of diamonds and triangles, of the places we must run before going home.
Have I gone mad, Jonathan? Did I fall in love with a stranger? last New Year's Eve.
There's nothing crazy about falling in love. Even when
When something tells you, against all common sense, that you have met the one you've been waiting for all your life.
all my life. And then I let you go.
Why did I let you go?
Why did I let you go?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my extreme pleasure to welcome you to the opening festivities of the 63rd annual Miss Colorado Special Delivery Pageant. The judges have made their decisions, and now it is time to announce the 10 semi-finalists who will be competing in tomorrow night's pageant. Will the following contestants please step forward when I announce your name? Tiffany Delmonico, Miss Terminal Annex. Tracy Stedman, Miss Boyd Annex. Carla Nierenberger, Miss Bonnie Bray. Evelyn Knight-Smith, Miss Snowmass Village.
Here, I made it.
Willow Baranski, Miss Fort Morgan.
Finally, where were you? I was at the bank, and the alarm went off, and they evacuated everyone so fast that I left my cell phone on the teller's counter, and I had to wait forever before the security guy would let me back in.
Joanne Appleton,
It was a nightmare.
Miss East Aurora. Jennifer Rappaport, Miss Telluride. Leslie Whitmore, Miss Castle Pines. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our last semi-finalist. That lucky lady who will be joining these other 9, one of whom will become Miss Special Delivery, is Rita Hayworth, Miss Denver Main Branch. Rita Hayworth. Rita?
Well, suppose we have enough for someone to locate a sports writer named Jonathan who is fond of the Red Sox, or a lady named Catherine who very well could be across the street at the hotel this very minute,
We're at home, Jonathan and the children,
attending a ball game together.
are dancing under the stars.
I hope they're dancing.
They got together. Right? I mean, that must be how all the letters ended up in the same box.
Wherever you keep your treasures, that's where your heart will be too.
I have to know that they're together. We only have 3 letters left. I have to read these letters if it's the last thing that I...
Sweet Catherine, sometimes in the night when I'm on the road, in another town, in another room, I hear a train whistle. I never know where it's going, but I always lie there imagining it's headed west, to the Rockies, to Denver, to you. And I bless that train as it rolls by. You're the best person I have ever known. Even if we have shared little more than a kiss in our hearts on a few pieces of paper. But I have run out of words to express my love. And I'm running out of road. The road ends where you are, dear friend, dear lady, my love. Will you marry me?
Dear Sir, I am writing to you from the Brown Palace Hotel, where your friend Catherine has been employed. She has described you as her fiancé, and so I feel it is appropriate for me to inform you that she is very ill. She's very ill with a rare form of pneumonia. Her doctors at St. Joseph, she's taken a turn for the worse. The enclosed note. My dearest Jonathan, with the few breaths I have left, I want to speak words of love. All we've ever shared have been words, but they have been good words and true words. And now I am sending every letter you wrote to me back to you, so that even if we cannot be together in this life, the words that we created together can be kept somewhere side by side. Dying is hard, my love, but not hopeless. And as I walk through the valley of the shadow, I fear nothing but the thought that I may have left only one word unspoken. Yes. Yes, I will be your wife. Perhaps not in this life, but in your heart.
Dear sir, thank you for your letter of December 20, 08. I'm leaving for Denver immediately. And by the time you read this, I hope to be at her bedside. If for any reason I am delayed, please tell her that I love her and I cannot spend another New Year's Eve, another New Year's Day, or any other day of my life without her now. Tell her to swing for the stars. Tell her to breathe. Tell her to live. Yours truly, Jonathan Walker.
She had to have written another letter. There's gotta be another letter. There's gotta be another letter in this box. Oliver.
Shane.
Please tell me that she lived. She had to get through.
Shane.
I know that she's gotta be alive. She's gotta be alive. Right? She lived.
It's okay.
I'm so scared.
I know.
I don't know how to pray, Oliver. You do.
It's okay.
Please.
I already have. Come here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be. This is Homer Finnegan, the security guard.
Give me
Are
that.
you really down there in the vault?
Hello?
Oliver?
Norman, thank God you're here.
I knew it! I knew that's what happened to you. Oh, Rita's here. Did you want to say hi?
Rita, why isn't she at the pageant?
Oh, well, she was worried, too. Like me. We were worried together.
Well, please send Rita our very best. May we assume there is a plan to release us?
Well, I have this cousin.
He has a cousin who,
And I can't go into details, used to do one thing, but now he does another. And he helps bank test their security systems to make sure they're safe from people like my cousin. Anyways, he's talking to the bank president and the police and everybody, and they think you should be out of there any minute now.
Any minute now? Because if it's going to be a lot of minutes, I'm not sure if we can live with that, Norman, literally.
Oh, no, you're fine. The book says you've got plenty of ventilation.
We got plenty of air. Are you sure? Because Jason said that.
Oh, no, I'm positive. They keep the room climate controlled for all the stuff that they keep in the boxes. Isn't that great?
We're climate controlled.
That's not what you said, Jason.
I may have gotten it confused with the meat freezer at my old job.
You think?
Okay, see you soon.
So, Jason, tell us, did you find this interlude instructive?
Something about Beethoven being a garbage man?
If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth shall pause, say, here lived a great sweeper who did his job well. Martin Luther King said that, Jason. And he was also talking about associate assistant bank managers and postal workers and kings and presidents. Put your heart in your work, Jason. Be happy.
The light of day. Oh, Oliver. You forgot this.
Ladies first.
There you are.
Oh, are you okay? I got you this.
Oh, fabulous.
Thank you, Norman. Excellent work. I'd like to personally thank your cousin for his assistance.
Oh, they had to take him back. What was in the safety deposit box?
Love, Norman. Lots of love.
That was the secret?
Always is. And Rita, you look fantastic. How did your reception go?
Oh, right. Did you make the semifinals?
I don't know. We left before they finished announcing them.
You left? What? To find us?
Oh, friends don't leave friends locked in bank vaults. And we're friends, right?
Yes, Norman. We're friends. I feel as though I know him already.
That's all you ever do.
Catherine.
Why do I always have to think of something?
Because you're the only one who wants to do something!
And that's my point.
I work all week, I'm tired, and all I want to do is go to the game.
Yes?
Mr. Jonathan Walker?
Yeah, that's me. Where did you get that?
Well, we're from the U.S. Post Office, and
And you found it.
Who is that?
well,
It's the post office. They found the box.
well, the shipping box was damaged, so we had to use the key to open the deposit box to read your letters to return this to you.
I'm sorry, our letters?
Yes. Your letters. Yours and Catherine's. Love letters.
Catherine. Oh, wow. Let me see those. I never thought I'd ever get to read these.
They're not yours?
No, I'm Jonathan Walker the Fourth. These letters were written by Jonathan Walker, my great-grandfather. So my dad shipped this box to us just before he died, and it got lost in the mail. He got it from his dad when he got married, and he got it from Jonathan, who got it as a wedding gift from great-grandma Catherine.
But they lived. Not in our time, but they lived.
And every Walker man since has gotten this box, that key, and the message that the secret to true love lies somewhere in these letters.
Because they poured their souls into those letters. and they were always kept in a safe place.
Wherever you keep your treasure, that's where your heart will be too. When were they married?
1910, 1909, maybe?
1908. First year they dropped the ball in Times Square on New Year's Eve.
I feel as though I've lost a kindred spirit.
I guess it's my turn to read these.
Well, I hope that you do. Better yet, read them out loud. Together.
Miss Telluride, you have 15 seconds left to complete your answer.
Pasadena.
91105.
Washington Park.
80209.
Upper West Side, New York City.
10023.
That is correct.
Good job.
This is gonna be really close.
And now for our fifth finalist, currently tied for first place. Please welcome Miss Denver Main Branch, Rita Hayworth.
She looks so beautiful.
She is.
Miss Denver Main Branch, only one question stands between you and the most coveted title in the Colorado United States postal system. Here we go. For the crown, name 13 U.S. government-approved modes of mail transport.
Okay.
You have 1 minute.
She knows this. Oh, no, wait. Oh, she only memorized 12.
You're kidding. Do that thing you do. Pray.
Cars, trucks, trains, boats, ferries, helicopters, subways, seaplanes, aeroplanes, hovercrafts, bicycle, and feet.
That's only 12. We need one more.
Oh, wait, mules! Reliable mules deliver mail to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yes, Miss Rita Hayworth. You are Miss Colorado Special Delivery 2014!
Really?
She's Miss Special Delivery. Yes, she's our post office queen. From Rocky Mountain to field and fountain and every zip in between.